is 7 News.
Tonight, behind bars, the woman accused of the fire attack on Dana Vulan.
She's tearful, she's frightened.
A senior minister choked back tears while abandoning Julia Gillard for Kevin Rudd. Disgraced former AFL player-manager Ricky Nixon arrested outside his apartment.
I'm sick of it. I'm over it.
And racing to Rottnest takes its toll on the Premier and the race favourite.
Medic! Medic! From the studios of 7 Perth, Sally Bowrey.
Good evening. A 27-year-old woman has fronted court accused of setting another woman on fire. Dana Vulan suffered life-threatening burns when she was attacked in her Rivervale unit. She remains in a critical condition tonight, but there's been a minor breakthrough for her devastated family.
Natalie Dimitrovska was arrested yesterday, moments after she arrived at Perth's International Airport. Detectives had been waiting. They were expecting her. The 27-year-old allegedly doused Dana Vulan with methylated spirits and set her alight. Police say it followed an argument at the victim's Rivervale unit. Today, Natalie Dimitrovska fronted court on 2 charges, including grievous bodily harm.
She's very upset, she's tearful, she's frightened, but she'll get through it.
Why was she at the airport? Why was she arrested at the airport?
I don't know.
Dana Vulan suffered burns to 60% of her body, including her windpipe. Relatives have told 7 News the 25-year-old's survival is a day-to-day proposition. Dana Vulan's injuries are horrific, but she's not the only one who's suffering. Since the attack, her family has kept a bedside vigil here at Royal Perth's Burns unit. They say it's been hard, but there has been a minor sign of hope. When relatives asked Dana to blink her eyes if she knew who they were, she did. Natalie Dimitrovska didn't apply for bail, but her defence lawyer won't rule it out in the future.
We need to get more information both from the police and for my client. We need more evidence, basically.
Natalie Dimitrovska was remanded in custody, and David Cooper joins us live from West Swan, where tonight she is behind bars. David, what happens now?
Sally, good evening. Well, Natalie Dimitrovska was escorted here to Bandy Up Women's Prison as soon as her court appearance was over today. The 27-year-old from the northern suburb of Darch wasn't required to plead. She's scheduled to reappear in court in late May. That's 3 months away, but as we've just heard, her defence lawyers indicated it's possible he'll apply for bail well before then. In the meantime, Sally, Dana Vulan's family remain by her hospital bed, watching and hoping for any sign of improvement. Sally.
Thanks, David. David Cooper there. There's been another family feud on the streets of Northam, with up to 60 people throwing bricks and bottles. Police had to call for backup from 3 other stations and a special response squad from Perth. Kate Smithers reports.
Lorna Ryder's lounge room window completely shattered after a rock was thrown straight through.
Started throwing bricks and chairs through the window, and it just went on from there.
Narrowly missing a teenage boy.
I sprang up and I was standing here and there was still rocks coming through the window, and then that's when I got dragged back into here.
It started a family feud at 2 o'clock this morning in Northam. These mobile phone pictures are quite dark, but you can hear the anger. This group was at an 18th. Birthday boy Quentin Ryder was cut by glass, 6 stitches in his shoulder. They say another group, who'd been at a wake, started throwing bricks, bottles, anything they could find. Last night's violence is just the latest in 12 months of family feuding. Less than 3 weeks ago, there was another riot here. People again armed with weapons, rocks, sticks, even a machete. Police say it's happening all too often.
It is an issue in Northam at the moment, but certainly throughout other parts of Australia and regional WA, we have this. It does happen from time to time.
Is it getting worse here?
There's been an increase in the last probably 4 months.
3 people have been charged. There's a wedding in town tonight involving the same families. Extra police have been called in. Kate Smithers, 7 News.
A senior government minister shed tears today over the leadership crisis that's tearing the Labor Party apart. Anthony Albanese praised both Julia Gillard and Kevin Rudd. Families were forced to climb onto tables and rooftops as a flash flood 2 metres high ripped through homes on Queensland's Sunshine Coast. More than 180 millimetres of rain fell in under an hour. Residents say it's the worst storm in at least 40 years.
Pomona has been pulled apart. People's lives litter the railway line, their homes filled with 2 metres of water and burst open. It rose fast, the current was so strong.
It was like a jet going off. That's what it was like.
Mary Lahan's house became a muddy washing machine.
Another cupboard that was there is over there.
Across the road, the Joneses and their 1-week-old baby scrambled to the top floor.
At one stage there, we actually thought we were going to lose the upper floor on this house.
A swiftwater rescue team from Maroochydore was trapped by flooding on the highway.
They were totally caught unawares.
Farmers on jet skis are herding cattle out of water. Horses and their foals are stranded on islands. All this is heading for Gympie.
We're just getting things ready just in case we have to move out.
Mary River's expected to peak at 16 metres tomorrow morning. That's 3 metres below the devastating 2011 level. Still, it's enough to cut the town in two, sever the Bruce Highway and isolate low-lying businesses. But hopefully not inundate them. In Gympie, Erin Edwards, 7 News.
An Australian woman is on trial in London accused of running an international prostitution ring. Larissa Miesnegs allegedly made nearly $500,000 advertising prostitutes on adult websites and is now facing up to 2 years behind bars.
Larissa Miesnegs has been in denial since her arrest.
Did you control a prostitution ring over here?
Why?
The fear of her Australian family knowing what she's been up to in the UK brought her to tears. The Sydney woman is charged with controlling an international prostitution ring using 2 websites, Atlantic Companions and Pure Brit. Using the pseudonym Lisa, the Australian is accused of earning up to $500,000 arranging meetings between escorts and clients. The 39-year-old was caught out when police investigating a robbery at her London home ran forensic tests on her laptop. Experts linked her email address to the escort websites. The prosecution argued Larissa Miesnegs had established such a strong prostitution business that she was moving to target city boys from London's financial district during lunchtime. The prosecution claims she sent emails to escorts requesting they take lingerie and stockings to every visit and to maintain their weight. Miesnegs, who admits to being an escort herself, insists the women on her website always had control over their own actions. The case continues. In London, Nick Marshall-McCormack, 7 News.
Injured women and children have been allowed to evacuate the besieged Syrian town of Homs during a brief ceasefire. But aid workers say they were only able to get a few people out before government forces resumed heavy bombardment. The latest international conference on the crisis has called for tougher sanctions on President Bashar al-Assad's regime.
We and the Syrian people will keep pressure on him until his deadly regime cracks and collapses.
Military intervention has again been ruled out. A traffic camera has captured the moment a semi-trailer flipped onto its side, crushing a car in the next lane and pushing another over a concrete barrier. The 18-wheeler toppled as it rounded a bend on a highway in Texas. The driver of the crushed car was pinned underneath the wreck, but incredibly wasn't too badly injured. Police have charged the truck driver with speeding offences. A backstage drama has erupted as Hollywood prepares to roll out the red carpet for Monday's Oscars. Organisers wanted to ban comedian Sacha Baron Cohen from attending dressed up as his latest character, the dictator. He hit back with this video stunt.
On behalf of the nation of Wadia, I am outraged at being banned from the Oscars by the Academy of Motion Pictures, Arts and Zionists.
Oscar officials later had a change of heart, saying the dictator will be welcome. Time for sport now with Chris Young, and season over for a Sandover medalist, Chris.
It could be, Sally. We'll tell you all the details after the break. And the Aussies go down again. Sri Lanka chased down 280 in Hobart.
Sri Lanka, top of the table, and a brilliant run chase.
And 40 and fantastic. Kelly Slater serves it up on the Gold Coast.
There's a bit of a change in the air with temperatures set to be a little cooler into tomorrow. Today we topped at 25 degrees after a low of 15 this morning, and right now in the city it's 22.2 degrees and the wind is west-southwest at 15 kilometres an hour. On the chart, we've just got a weak cold front moving along the south coast with a trough covering most of WA. A few isolated showers will continue for the southern coastal parts of the southwest. and south coast this evening, and then tomorrow those showers will move into the southeast coast and the Eucla, while thunderstorms also far up across most of the north and also in parts of the northeastern goldfields by tomorrow afternoon. Around the rest of the country tomorrow, very hot is the story for Hobart, heading for a top of 37 degrees with some showers then forecast, and looks like a mostly wet east coast as well. On the water tomorrow, south to southeasterly winds 15 to 20 knots with seas just sitting around 2 metres on a 3 metre swell. Tomorrow's forecast in Perth is for partly cloudy skies with light to moderate south to southeasterly winds, a top of 27 degrees. Then looking to the week ahead, we can expect mainly sunny skies on Monday 31, Tuesday partly cloudy and 32, windy morning to start things off on Wednesday and 30, cloudy with the risk of maybe a shower or two on Thursday, mainly sunny on Friday and partly cloudy and 33 on Saturday. And now it's time for Saturday Lotto. Good luck. And that's 7 News this Saturday. Thanks for joining us. Good night.